Zel Boy Army, welcome to another spicy one on the channel. Today's video is one that has been asked for quite a long time, to be honest, quite a few weeks at least, an updated tactics video. So in this video, I'm going to go through my 4-4-2 custom tactics. Haven't done a tactics video in a while. I'm probably going to go over the next couple of weeks, do quite a few different tactics videos. Go back to trying some of the formations out, like the 3-5-2, 4-2-3-1, 5-3-2, things like that, and give you a variety of different custom tactics ready to take you into Team of the Season. Team of the Season, the predictions are that it's coming on the 23rd, so that's a week this Friday potentially. I think it'd be the most consistent Team of the Season, and that's obviously when you start to get better weekend league rewards, and you're going to want to have your tactics in place for that. So I'm here to help. Let's get into the 4-4-2 tactics. This is my team currently. I don't even think this team's that ridiculous at this point of the game anymore. My team's dropped in value as the year's gone on because I've just spent my coins trying out a bunch of different players. Obviously, it's still a very good team, but I'll explain as I go through the types of players you might want in the team. Okay, so I'll show you all my tactics, but the main part of this video is the defensive and attacking one. I will show you the tactics, the instructions, talk you through them, and then I will show you some clips of actually how I use the tactic in game. So some like goal examples and things like that. I start in the attacking. So I start very aggressive, press after possession loss, 7 depth. If you play 7 depth on this game, the game auto offside traps for you, which is crazy, it's broken, but it is so good that I pretty much always use it now. At the start of the year, I was using 3 or 4 depth and balanced, whereas now, because of how good the press after possession loss is, especially now we've got players with better stamina, I find it just works so well that I play high depth, and it works really well for me. The auto offside traps are hard to break down. If you don't switch very well or you struggle getting passed around, you might want to lower it, and then that might be where you want to go to this more defensive version one. I don't really use this one too often, but for people who don't want to play quite as high aggressive press, this one might be better for you, to be honest. But in general, this one is the one that I like to use. By the way, we're using the 4-4-2 second variation. Some people might prefer this one. The only difference is that in one you get centre mids, in the one I'm using you get centre defensive mids. I prefer the CDMs because I just think they do more on the game. They defend a bit deeper, they defend better around the edge of the box, and it'll help you a lot in defending and not getting caught out on counterattacks. They're not quite as good going forward as centre mids, but for me, when you do 1-2s, trigger runs with them, they still get forward plenty and will still be very good when it comes to the attack. The positions you want, centre back, you want pace, great defending, physical, able to turn quick. Davies is wasted at centre-back, but he just fits this team right now. Davies could play anywhere. Davies could play up front, to be honest, but he's probably the best centre-back in the game, to be honest, as well. Like I say, you want lots of pace, good agility, physical, and then good defending is helpful. At full-back, it doesn't matter quite as much in the 4-4-2 as some others because my full-backs don't attack, but good on the ball, quick enough to deal with through balls. Decent defending is helpful. For the CDM, I want them both to be able to defend quite well, but then both be good at going forward. At this point of the year, I think there's enough options who can do both that you don't want one CDM who can only defend. Vieira maybe is an exception to that because of how good he is. At the moment, Vieira, if you're lucky enough to afford him, can do both, to be honest. But ideally, I want 4-star weak foot, 4-star skills as well, to be honest. 5-star weak foot like De Bruyne is really useful. But like I say, I just want players who can do a bit of everything in the midfield. Wing, 4-star weak foot's nice. You can get away 3-star weak foot. High skills is really useful. I want at least 4-star skills for scoop turns, dead stop, black wicket, thing like that. High pace, good on the ball. Their shooting isn't quite, and physical isn't quite as important as up front, but it's still nice to have. And then up front, I want 5-star weak foot ideally. Someone like Cantona is that good at shooting. With that, and he has 5-star skills that he can get away with a 4-star weak foot. But you need at least 4-star skills and weak foot, I think, on top strikers now. And 5-star and Eva's a big plus. Pacey, good at shooting, good on the ball, high physicals. All these will make a big difference. I've said about the defensive side of the tactic. For the offensive style, I don't really change a lot, to be honest. I prefer balanced on this year's game because I just find it just works a lot better in just being able to adapt and change the attack how you want. I will use different offensive styles in some other tactics, which I'll show you when we get to them. But for now, I quite like having balanced on my more balanced formation. The instructions: stay central, get in behind, stay forward on the strikers. I did have stay forward on Canada. I don't know why he's not on there anymore. Come back on defense on the wingers. That is all I change. It feels like it's changed it. I had getting. I don't even know. Anyway, maybe it's changed when I've subbed some players in and out. But yeah, getting behind, come back on defense. I want them on come back on defense because it allows me to defend better by having my left mid and right mid tuck in and cover. But then they've got the stamina and pace to get in behind. For my CDMs, I have balance, bounce, cover centre. In the more defensive version, I will have what I call a destroyer CDM, who's going to sit a bit deeper, and he will be on stay back, cut passing lanes. Stay back on all of the defenders. And then for the keeper, you've got a few options. So you can just leave them balanced. Personally, I like having comes for crosses and sweep a keeper on a keeper who's as quick as Neuer, because it just helps deal with through balls that little bit better. That's my attacking formation. That is the one I will use nearly the whole game. When I'm desperate to, and losing and late on, I will go to a constant pressure 5-3-2. People think, why would you go 5-3-2 for your all-out attack? Well, the three centre-backs help cover, so you don't get completely destroyed on the counter when you try to get the goal. It's a pretty good pressing formation because it has lots of men in the middle, but has width on the wing-backs. And then you have 5 options in the middle, but lots of width from your left wing-back and right wing-back. Davies, no, Zambrotta was there, but I bought a player and swapped around, so for some reason Akanji had gone left wing back. The tactic though, constant pressure, 10 depth. Obviously, it's going to be super aggressive in the opponent's face. Bit higher width, so they can't just keep the ball out wide against you. Fast build up. I use it as an exception in this because when I'm on 10 depth, trying to win the ball, constant pressure, high up the pitch, I want to get the ball and go forward straight away. So constant pressure, fast build up is good for that. Lots of players in the box. You want everyone forward on corners, free kicks. I'll show you my instructions for it. Stay central, getting behind, stay forward on the strikers. In my normal 4-4-2, I don't like getting behind because I feel like it just forces them to only make those runs, which limits you a bit. But in this one, where I'm trying to do fast build-up, I do want them getting behind. Get forward on my outside centre mids. Balanced on the middle one, just so he sits back a little bit more. Stay back on the centre-backs, then join the attack, overlap on the wing-backs. Then for my ultra defensive one, this is just what I'm using to see a game out when I'm desperate late on. I often won't even change to it now because I like just being able to press them still. But if you do struggle seeing games out, then maybe this will help you. 4-2-3-1 defensive version where the Lam and Ram become left mid and right mid. Drop back, very negative. I use long ball rather than possession to keep the ball because possession just doesn't work for keeping the ball. Your players get so close to each other that when you get pressed, you just can't keep it. I find long ball makes runs in behind that beats the press and allows you to deal with it better. The instructions: balanced, stay forward, come back on the cam, stay back, cover centre on the CDMs, come back, stay wide, get behind on the left mid, right mid, stay back on the fullbacks. That works for me. The 4-4-2 is a fantastic all-round balanced formation. Has lots of strengths, not really any major weaknesses, which are probably what make it so good. And it can fit a lot of different teams and players. Let's get into some clips and show you how I play with it in game. I'm just going to show you now a few clips of me scoring some goals in the 4-4-2 tactic and just point you out a few things about how the tactic works, how you can play with it in game. I've always said before that I don't think of tactics video that doesn't show you any gameplay. I don't think a tactics video without any gameplay can be a proper one, really, because yes, you can be told how to play, but you also need to be shown how to play and in-game examples. So here you can see I've got the 2 strikers. I've got my left mid there occupying the right back. I've got my right mid there, meaning this left back's tucked in a bit down there. So the left mid and right mid in the 4-4-2, one of the things that makes it so good is they pull players out of position, and that gives you more space elsewhere. Ball roll scoop there. Okay, I lose the ball there, but I win it back. You can see with the press after possession loss, you win the ball back very quickly. Pass it there. get lucky to end up getting the ball back pretty quick, you could argue. But again, it's the press after possession loss. That as soon as I lose it, I win it back. My team, basically for 7 seconds after I lose it, go really aggressive. Midfield, get forward. You can see I've got 3, 4, 5, 6 options around the box now. I tried to pass there to Kent. I don't know what the game was doing there. Spin around the box. We'll go back a bit here. You can see I lose the ball again, though, but that press after possession loss, just crazy. Trying to work an opportunity here. Spin there on the left stick. Pass to Kent. I maybe should have just turned and shot, but I was trying to be clever about it. Thought he would switch so I could turn past him there. And ended up turning that way, shooting on his right foot. I like having 5-star weak foot because it means I can go either way. Kent is right-footed, but there, I don't think my opponent knew what to expect. You can see in that goal there, we've got 6 men basically on screen, including De Bruyne. Lots of options. You overwhelm your opponent. The left mid pulls this guy out so he can't get there. The right mid has pulled the left back out. This means that you quite often get 2v2 in the middle, which means if you get a pass into your striker and outplay them, they don't know which way to go, you'll get an easy goal. You can see at the start of the clip here, my opponent has the ball. Before this clip, he has literally only just won the ball back. You can see the press after possession loss. I get in the opponent's face, and it is easy to win the ball back. Very aggressive, high up the pitch, attacking. There, I do a 1-2 with my strikers. You can see again, the right back and left back are out wide, so I've got this 2v2 against the 2 centre backs. Do a 1-2, and now my opponent doesn't really know what to do. I could go there and shoot near post, but I think my opponent's going to expect that. So I turn past him. We'll replay that. I turn past him and quickly put it in the opposite corner. I'm always looking to get it to the strikers with a quick pass. If you can beat the midfield and get it to your 2 strikers, you're going to cause a lot of issues. There, he expects me to shoot near post. Turn past him, bit of composure, and then put it in the opposite corner. Easy finish. Bit of a longer clip here, showing you lots of different areas of the attack. So sometimes it's better to go backwards to go forward. You can use the right backs, left backs to go backwards, use them for a bit of width. Stretch teams, go back central. The 4-4-2 covers lots of areas of the pitch. You can see here, we're just passing it around everywhere, stretching the opponent around. And when you do this, it pulls players out of position and allows you to eventually get the pass to that striker. Here, there's more space for me to go through. I'm always looking to get it to the striker. By going backwards and out wide, that space will open up more naturally. Get it to the striker. He defended it quite well, to be honest. And I was actually quite surprised Kent managed to bullshit his way through here. But he does turn, again, the benefit of the 5-star weak foot. He doesn't know which way I'm going to go. Like there, pass it into the striker's feet. He has to mark that and then turn onto the right. Nice, easy finish. You can just see the 4-4-2 has a bit of everything. Pressing, balance. It's not too attacking, not too defensive. It's got the 2 strikers. It's got width. It is a fantastic all-round formation, and for me, might be the best formation in the game right now. If I had to pick which one I think is the best right now, I would go the 4-4-2. I'm going to be showing you other tactics and formations in the next few days. I don't think they're necessarily going to be the best, but I like to give you guys as many options as I can. Appreciate you guys watching this video. Appreciate the support as always. Keep it spicy.